Hi, Zainab.
Hello,
Very happy to meet you.
I'm very happy to meet you.
Welcome to India and thank you, Tamtaru. Thank you so much. I'm very happy to see you, especially because we are the translators of the same book. You translated Zalna from Latvian to English, and I translated the same from English to Tamil. When I came to know that we are going to meet, I wanted to ask this question importantly. Like, you are basically a literary agent and you travel a lot. Like I see you traveling to many places all around the world. You attended the Frankfurt this year, you went to Sharjah, you came to CITF last year, here also. And this is a very time consuming work. But you also do translations. And I know that translation is also a time consuming work. But I want to know how you manage these two things and what drew you to translation. What is the one thing you like most about translation?
Actually, I started translating by chance because I needed some translations, and it just happened that I enjoyed it so much. I enjoyed this as a challenge that I'm not supposed to translate, and I succeeded because I also have a very good British editor. And somehow I must say that it helps me to distract from other things, from problems, from everyday life. And when I translate, I don't perceive it as work, but as a hobby, practically. Yes, it's my free time. It's my pastime, you could say.
How many books have you translated?
I think around 10. I haven't really counted. I probably should sooner or later, but it's kind of both children's and for adults. And what about you? How many books have you translated so far?
Actually, I also have translated from 8 to 10 books, but most of them were from Tamil to English. But this is my first book from English to Tamil. And all because of the CEO of Emerald Publishing, Mr. Olivanan. He just wanted me to try one from English to Tamil.
How interesting. It's really amazing.
Yeah, first I was very hesitant, but when I started, I figured out all the nuances and how I should approach a translation on it. And by halfway through the book, I was confident. I successfully completed this Zarna, Vana, or the Green Flow, or Pachekagam in Tamil.
Actually, it's also quite interesting because when he asked me for the rights, I was quite puzzled because so far I saw that his catalog is quite conservative and this book is completely different reality. How did you feel about approaching it?
It was very difficult for me. It was a different subject. Because Tamil community is a very conservative community.
Exactly.
And this was a little different. Even I haven't read something like this. Yes, okay. I just want to ask you one thing. Like when we compare Tamil and English language, it is like in English it is the subject, verb, object. I ate food. Yes, okay. But in Tamil it is the reverse. It is the subject, verb, and object. Like நான் சாப்பாடு சாப்பிட்டேன். I just want to say this for the viewers to understand. It is the reverse. So it is very difficult when you translate from English to Tamil. How is it with Latvian and English? Is it like this or was it challenging? And what are the challenges you faced while challenging this book regarding the language?
Actually, when I started translating the book, I had done already this process before. I had figured out how it works in English. We have extremely lengthy sentences in Latvian, and also syntax is completely different. So probably kind of travel back and forth because Latvian probably is something more similar to Tamil, and to kind of. But you see how curious because our syntaxes are different and they are both quite far from English, and so practically travel through English back to the same syntax that it was in the original. Yes.
So, but you're close to the cultural or political references of the book.
Okay. Yes.
But
yes.
I am not aware of all those references.
Exactly, because the first question that we took also was kind of about those international concepts, like also for me, the book was something to kind of figure out. I could perceive the international context of it, but for you probably it was more difficult because we still was no more love views and you had never heard the song before because it really gives you some connotation. And I hope that now you'll have time to kind of check this video out because for like European culture, it's something very, very important.
And did you interact with the author while translating the book?
I asked her a couple of questions, but I think I kind of treated it as my perception of her story, and then I sent my English translation for approval, which she agreed, I must say. She didn't have any rejections.
Okay, the next one will be, when I was talking about this, that I was translating the book, and I told that the name is Pacheka, the book. Many people ask me, no, greenhorns actually exist. Here we have the black ones, the raven type, and the partially black ones, gray and black ones. How about the greenhorn? Does it actually?
No, actually, kind of, there is a bird. It's considered green crow, but they are quite rare. And in this book, of course, it's like something of an imaginary friend and a companion at a moment when you really need a friend.
So there's actually no greenhorn.
I don't remember. I checked. I don't remember. But I think that there is a bird. Yes, and there was also this literary society in Latvia in the 30s that was called Green Crow. So for us, it's like something of a symbol.
When your translation came to the market, how was it received? Was it received was it appealing to everyone? Was it appealing to all age groups?
It's difficult to say because the book, of course, is a literary fiction, and it was one of the first translations that came out in the United Kingdom, and it was well perceived. But it didn't make a bestseller list because we just started. It was one of the first 10 translations that appeared on the English market, so it was well perceived, but it wasn't a bestseller. No, because Latvian is a very small language and we just started. Now probably more people know about our literature, but when it was published in 2018, it was something of a novelty.
Here, same thing here. But for some elderly readers here, it was a bit of a shock here.
It is a breakthrough.
Yeah. So it was like culture shock for them. They couldn't digest all this. It was too much for them. All too much like the content was very different here. Yeah. It was a shock for them. But people from 20 to 50 sort of, they just read on.
Yes, because it's a particular book because you don't tell things directly, but you can feel that this book is about searching freedom, searching a way out in a situation when you feel trapped. So I think it's an important book because it tells you that there's always a way.
Apart from reading the incidents that it's mentioned in the book, you feel something underlying beneath it.
Exactly.
After you finish it.
Exactly. And also it's a heavy, grim topic, but the tone of the book is light and enjoyable. And it gives you hope.
So you literally you're a well-known translator also now.
I don't know how well known, but I'm trying. I like it.
Which is closer to you? Or which one do you like to?
I like both. I can't separate. I think now both these things have merged, and I found that my life is also my personal life and my working life. It's all in one.
So are you doing some translation project? And you know what you're doing?
Yes, I'm translating the Ice Flower, a variant for a small independent person who can come out next year. And I have great hopes for this also. I think she'll be well known because she deserves it. She started writing late in her life, but so far she has published already 5 books and she has been nominated for our Latvian Literature Award, and I really believe in her. So hopefully she will get success.
And I see a lot of art being mentioned in this book. In this Japanese minimalistic art, realism, surrealism, a lot of music.
Exactly.
Ella Fitzgerald, Annie Lennox. How is Latvia on? How do you support art in the literature?
I think that people in Latvia really are eager to explore all kinds of culture and art forms. But there was also a curious incident with this because our British publisher is a big music blogger, and he discovered reading the texts that the name of the musical record the author is mentioning is wrong, that it belongs to another music group. And he was so professional that he even called that small slip because the author had made a mistake because she remembered it incorrectly, and the British editor made it right again. So, I think it takes a team to publish a very good book with no mistakes.
Okay, I heard that you went around Tamil Nadu last week.
Yes, I did.
What all places did you see? How was it? How is Tamil Nadu for you?
I love Tamil Nadu because your temples are amazing, and I also went. I must say that I was a traitor, but I also traveled to Cochin and I saw your art Vienna, and it was amazing. It was better than Paris.
Okay. How do you promote reading then? Like when you release a book, it doesn't reach all the readers by itself. How do you promote a book then?
I have a colleague who is very good. She works at festival, and we also kind of try to ask publishers to publish our literature to do as much as possible. And sometimes we also promote traveling. So hopefully, if we can organize something next year, I could ask our literature to travel. It's also a traveling experience, and probably if we organize some event, you could have also Christine Overgo next year.
As a translator, what do you do?
No, I don't have time for it because that is our team who does it. And big frank, yes, it would be impossible. I translate and I sell titles, but then it's my colleague. But we really work closely together. We share information, and I'll be also sharing this interview with her.
Do you post reviews about your book on the social media?
Again, my colleague does it.
Okay.
I just can't because normally it's always such a run that I just post some personal things and normally share what she has posted and add some comments of mine that she has it. And I don't have time for that.
Okay. The other day I met you, told me whether I've seen Annie Milon's videos.
Yes.
After that I went and saw the videos. I saw those, I think I saw that No More I Love You.
Yeah, I think
It has
it's great.
8.4 crore views. Tell me about that. How is it relevant to the Latvian culture or this book? How does that influence people or the youngsters there?
I think that after the collapse of Soviet Union, we were really eager to explore the world music, and Annie Lennox is such a star. And to me, also her kind of her lyrics. Her songs are so appealing to us because there is something similar to this book. She always kind of writes her text in between the lines. So kind of in vibe, in mood, the book and her lyrics really match.
I felt that you are somewhere there in this book.
Yeah, there are some things. Definitely. I'm probably not that wild. I'm not that wild, but I could relate to some of those
Being a
situations.
woman, I think everyone will relate to this book.
I am. I know. Yes, I'm also quite conservative, and that's why for me also it was like a bit shocking, but it was hilarious at the same time. I can imagine the situation.
Some places.
Yes.
Okay.
But for you, if it was conservative, for me, I can imagine it for you.
So yeah, I also could relate something to this book because the childhood hallucination or everyone will have. Even if you're like you haven't faced sufferings in your life being a woman, the childhood trauma or hallucination or being talking from someone something to your friends, whatever happens in your house, all that will happen to everyone. So in that way, I related to my childhood. I used to talk a lot to myself in my childhood, and that is my dream pro.
Next time we should try talking to each other instead of talking to ourselves. But it was also so many times when something bad happens, you just wish to be somewhere else, and you just wish the situation was different, and you just kind of make yourself believe that you can be different. And also kind of, I really like the end of the book when you can just really kind of, there's always a way. You just have to be brave and go for it.
This book is actually liberating to some people,
Yeah.
and for some people it is like stressful or makes them think a lot after reading.
Exactly. About things that probably they don't dare kind of approaching. They don't dare even considering.
But all this stuff, only when you read the book, you will understand. so nice meeting you, Viren.
Thank you.
Hope to
Likewise.
meet you sometime next year also.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.